What's good, BeatStars family? It's your boy Owen, and I'm here with my man Dystinkt. We are going to break down the song Tinnitus that he produced with Smash David by TXT, aka Tomorrow by Together.
Yeah, want it, want it, want it, want it, want it, want it, yeah. 그저는 lonely, yeah. 그냥 돌멩이.
So my name is Dystinkt Beats. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, originally from Croatia. I've been making music since I was in high school, 17 years old, and basically it's been a journey.
Yeah, let us know kind of how this track came together. I know you linked up with super producer Smash David.
Sure.
You know, he's got a ton of hits under his belt. So
Yeah, man. So I've been working with Smash David for a few years. Just been sending him ideas, melodies, and we got connected through my manager, Anthony from Electric Feel. Yeah, man. So I've been sending him melodies for like 3 years. And this one in particular, I think he was the first and last person I sent it to.
when you're sending Smash David loops, are they always kind of under this pop umbrella? Like, are you sending a bunch of pop loops, or are you sending like some trap stuff, some the pop?
So I make all kinds of different genres of music, but I generally would send Latin or pop stuff to Smash David. I know he gets a lot of different melodies, so I want to make sure that whatever I send to him is top notch or different than what he would usually get. So it's usually in the Latin pop genre.
Right on. So when you're making Latin pop melodies like this, what are some of your go-to instruments?
Honestly, man, I have no rules. I just open up my DAW. I just start playing around on my keyboard. I usually just play the melodies in first and then I adjust them. So there's literally I have no rules, but I would put on if I'm working on pop stuff, I would just put on pop drums, just like a loop, and then play over that. So whatever I'm intending to work on, I just toss those drums on first and then play the melody over that. But sometimes I just play around on the keyboard, and whatever I come up with, I just work on that and then wrap it up. Just try different things out, man. Of course, if I'm working on little techno stuff and dancehall stuff, I would start with like kalimba or something in that space.
Where you're at right now in your producer career, what would you say is your main focus?
I don't really have a focus, to be honest with you, man. I try to make the best music I can. And then once I've made something that I feel is, worth putting out there, I would either finish it, get it to a songwriter, or just send it out as is to artists. But as far as like loops, I make a lot of different ideas that I just don't finish for whatever reason, which then I would send out to other producers that I work with. But depending on the producer, I would choose what I send out. I'm not going to send out something they wouldn't work with or the unusual sound that they're not known for. So there's a little bit of strategy, but honestly, I'll just make whatever I feel is right and then figure out what I'm going to do with it from there.
Do you go into it sometimes like, I'm gonna go in here and make a loop for this person, or you go in it blind and whatever happens, you decide what to do with it from there?
I just open up the DAW, and unless somebody requested, for example, like Smash David actually hit me up for Afrobeats stuff around the time where I think about a year prior to us doing the record. But I usually just open up the DAW and do whatever comes to me, man.
So now let's go into BeatStars Publishing aspect, because I'm sure someone with all the success that you've had, placement wise and selling beats independently to rappers all around the world and artists, singers all around the world, I'm sure you had a lot of options and a lot of different avenues you could go in terms of publishing deal or admin deal or co-pub deal or whatever the case may be. It is tricky with all that stuff too. So what made you ultimately decide to go with our team over here at BeatStars Publishing? What do you love about being over here?
Well, Abe actually reached out to me around the time I was getting different offers, and we got on a Zoom call and we just talked about different things, and he wasn't, I didn't feel any pressure from him, or that he was just about the business, which is important. And since I was already part of BeatStars prior to that, I figured that's probably the best option for me. And everybody just seems genuine and just good people, man. So that was best decision I made, in my opinion. Sir, we're in Cubase. As you can see, there's not too many elements. There's just enough. So the way it all came to be is I started playing around with Repro 5, and I found this patch called CK Zen, and I basically play the melody on the keyboard, the original like this. So I recorded that into Cubase. I changed just a few notes in here, probably just the bass note, and this is what we got after I transposed it. There we go. For the effects on here, we don't have anything except EQ, just the low end. After the synth plug, I found this vocal on Splice, and this is the original. What I did with that is I chopped it up and I pitched it down. I also added a reverb and just some EQ just for it to fit better in the mix. And this is the vocal chopped up. So all together, we got the synth plug and the vocals alone. So just to beef it up a little bit, what I did next is I added marimba from Hybrid Keys. So I took the chords that I had and I just basically, harmonized what I had on the pluck. For effects, we got Replica XT, which is a delay plugin from Native Instruments, just a basic setting, and EQ as well. So kept it simple. And then on top of the marimba, just to beef it up a little bit more, I added a pad. Initially, I wasn't going to show you guys what I used for the contact library, but I said, let's go, let's do it, man. It's Vapor Keys by Korani Sounds, and it's one of my go-tos. I'm not sure too many people know about it, but that's one of my favorites for sure. On the effects chain, we only got EQ, and everything else is within the plugin. So I just basically copied the marimba over to the pad, and this is what it sounds like. So all together, the four instruments make up the main melody. Just to break it down a little bit more, I added a bridge part, just a breakdown here. We got the pluck. On this side, I took out more of the low end because we got a bass coming in. We got the pluck, pad, and the bass. So the bass is very simple. Here we go. And on here, we just EQ the high end off. And that's about it for effects on the bass. So in context with the pluck and the pad, that's what it sounds like. In the second portion of the bridge, I basically took out the synth pluck and I added the marimba pad and the bass. And just to show you guys what I used for the bass, it's from Omnisphere, just a mode bass. Once I had all the parts, I made sure that I had different sections in the melody, so that it's easily, rearranged or arranged differently than what I have here. So I basically made sure that all the parts are soloed out near the end. So we got the vocals, marimba, bass, and pad. And then since we have the pluck in the beginning and in the verse, there was no need to, repeat that at the end. So that's basically it. On the master, I added a L2 maximizer or limiter just to glue it all together. Unfortunately, I don't have access to it since I switched computers, but that's not necessary. You don't have to do that. But so that's pretty much it. This is the melody for Tinnitus by Dystinkt.